680's one and only Richard Southern joins us now. Hello, Richard.
Hi, Cynthia. How are you today?
I'm awesome. How about you?
Very good. Busy today, covering all this market carnage.
What's not so awesome is stocks again plunging on Wall Street, and you use the word carnage. What's going on?
Yeah, it was a river of red ink running down Wall Street. For the second time this week, Cynthia, the Dow plunged 1,000 points. Look at that.
Wow.
Dow down 1,032 at the closing bell. You know, before this week, Cynthia, that had never happened before. Down 1,000 points.
And now
we've seen it twice.
In a week.
Indeed. 4.1% was the percentage point pullback. Amex down 5.6%. Apple down 2 3/4. On Bay Street, the TSX fell 265 points to a 5-month low. What's happening? That's the question. First of all, Wall Street overdue for a drop. Wall Street went straight up last year. So this was coming. We knew that. A report showed U.S. wages are rising, which sounds good, and it is, but that means corporate profits may fall down the road. Wall Street really worried about the prospect of rising inflation in the U.S. Interest rates in the States are going up as they are in Canada. And then look at that, Cynthia, computers. They account for about 75% of the trade on Wall Street. Computers trading with computers. No humans involved. So you sometimes see these exaggerated moves now because there's not a lot of human beings involved.
Right, so it's so fast.
Indeed.
And, you know, there was a bit of a rally, but many were saying it was a dead cat bounce.
Yeah, that's when, stocks go up after a big plunge. And that's probably what we did see, because we saw a bit of a recovery midweek and then back down again today.
Okay, well, let's turn to Twitter now, and it's actually making money, reporting its very first profit.
First profit in 12 years. The company's still struggling, though, to sign up new people, despite all the attention that U.S. President Trump's tweets have drawn to the service. The problem is, Sin, that, anyone can read tweets without signing up for the service. That's probably holding the company back a little bit. Twitter hadn't turned a profit until now because a lot of the ad dollars were going to Facebook and to Google. So Twitter stock, one of the few that actually headed higher today. It was up about 12%. Follow Cynthia Mulligan, too, on Twitter for great political tweets. Shameless plug.
You're too kind. Thanks very much. At City Cynthia.
There you go.
Now, groceries are a big part of our monthly expenses. Are we shelling out what we really should be spending? And you're taking a look at that, Richard.
Yeah, well, Stats Canada had this out, and I think a lot of people were spending more than this. But Stats Canada said the average household spends $500 a month on groceries. You're probably spending a bit more than that, I imagine, Sin.
It feels like it, yes.
I think so. The Credit Counseling Society, though, says you should budget 10 to 20% of your gross income for groceries. So that means if you're making $70,000 a year, your grocery bill should max out between maybe $583 or $1,100 a month. Some tips to save when you go to the grocery store. First of all, make a list and stick to it. So don't go hungry is another tip. Buy the private label brands. They're often very much the same. They say, Cynthia, look high and low on the shelf. The stuff that's at eye level, the companies pay for it to be there for a reason. It's often higher price. And consider maybe going meatless or cutting down on your meat, because they say that's going to save you some money too.
Not a bad idea. I also buy as I go. So I go to the store several times a week, so I'm not throwing stuff out.
That's true, because we waste a ton of food, don't we? So if you just buy what you need, that's a good idea.
Absolutely. Okay, I love this story. Baby food company Gerber makes history with its choice for the next Gerber baby. Look at him. He is adorable.
Sure is. For the first time in the company's history, the next Gerber baby is a boy with Down syndrome. 1-year-old Lucas Warren's contagious smile is said to have won over the Gerber executive, so they made him their spokesbaby this year. His photo was chosen from more than 140,000 submissions. He's going to receive $50,000. Cynthia, his mom, said she hopes this will bring increased acceptance for the special needs kids that are out there. And his dad said, quote, I want him to look back and say, I was the Gerber baby. Look at everything I did.
Isn't that wonderful? What a great story.
Let's
hope it does make some change. Forbes is out with its ranking of the most valuable NBA franchises, and the Raptors are towards the top.
Yeah, they're rising quickly. Forbes says the Toronto Raptors are the 12th most valuable franchise in the NBA. They're worth $1.4 billion US dollars. That's up 24% from last year. The fact that they're doing that, winning, is certainly helping. The New York Knicks, the most valuable franchise at $3.6 billion, followed by the Los Angeles Lakers, the Golden State Warriors, and the Chicago Bulls. Interestingly enough, Toronto finished ahead of their big rivals, the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the franchise that was the least valuable, I got to admit, I never even heard of, and I think I'm a sports fan. It's the New Orleans Pelicans, Cynthia. So I guess they're maybe a new team or something in the NBA.
I guess so. And
we'll ask Michelle about that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. We're about to get new emojis. This is kind of exciting.
Yeah, so every year they bring in some new ones. So let's take a look together at the new emojis for Android and for Apple. Got a party face there, a sad face coming out. So woozy, drunken face on the left, Cynthia. Frozen faces, we need those here in Canada. Oh, a redheads, ginger faces coming out for the first time. You got some different hairstyles there. All told, 157 new emojis coming to Android and iOS, including some bald heads. And you know what? Very cool. I guess we do so well here on City. I just got word they have a Cynthia Mulligan emoji they are releasing. Look at this, Ed.
Oh, that's awful.
Very cool.
Why would anyone use that?
Oh, no, it's a good emoji. And apparently there is a Richard Southern emoji coming out as well that you can put on your phone.
Oh, look at that.
That's what all these 680 listeners wish I would do. Zip it up.
That's great. Would you send that one to me?
Sure
I
will.
like it. All right. Richard, thank you very much. Always great to chat with you.
Thanks, Ed.